Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in Las Vegas, Nevada with Jim Red Cloud, and he's going to be talking to us about one of the most exciting upcoming runs for Harley-Davidson on the planet. Brother, thank you for joining us today. I apprate you being with us.
I'm sure glad you guys came down here to interview us. It's important that we get the message out about what we're doing. The run that we're making is called the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge, and the word itself comes from the Sioux Nation. A guy named Brings Plenty and another man named Mr. Crazy Horse. Some of you know those names, but they screamed Hoka Hey before they went into battle. Today's conversion of it is that it's a let's go, let's get it on. But back then it meant it's a good day to die.
That's an interesting translation.
Well, it scared my nieces so much that because they thought we were going to go under, that they made us change it to a good day to ride for the kids on the res, so it didn't freak them out. So, but my dad and my grandpa is Oliver Red Cloud. He's the overall chief of the Oglala Sioux Nation, as well as the Sioux Nation in general. He's the over 7 or 8 bands of all Indians. So he's behind us with this thing, and it's a good positive thing for the reservation, a good thing for people. We go from Key West, Florida on June the 20th next year. We go all the way to Homer, Alaska. We go through 62 mountain ranges, 33 Indian reservations, 6 deserts, 8 swamps, 26 national forests in 2 countries in 14 days. Whoever gets to Homer, Alaska and puts their foot in that water first and off that spit gets $500,000 in Alaskan gold.
Oh, now that sounds sweet. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here at Two Wheel Thunder TV, that's a pretty good purse to be running for.
Well, if you put it in perspective, they've got guys who can't even spell their own name fishing off of boats for $500,000 and fishing for 3 days. So, I mean, you know, it's all relative. It's really not that much money when you think about it. You think about the entry fee is $1,000, and people say, well, that's so much. But we give almost all that money goes to charities. Charities like the veterans organizations. I'm a Vietnam veteran myself. American Indian College Fund.
Outstanding.
We give to all the Gold Star Mothers, and I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
Yes, we are.
A lot of people who out in the cities and stuff, they've never even heard of those people, you know. And we pick them specifically because of what they do when their sons or daughters go off to war and they don't come back, and we help those families on farms and stuff in South Dakota to go ahead because they're missing that child to help work there. So we chose that charity. And we chose that charity. I came up with a saying on that that says, placed on the altar of freedom. Has never been a greater price paid than a mother who has laid on that altar of freedom a son's life to die for a people and to understand that full measure will be paid by that son for people who will never know him. Now, when you think about that, this race is about honor, dignity, and integrity. It's about warriors. It's about people who see and think a certain way. The rest of the world out there, they don't really get to meet people like us. You know, we're a little bit different. But Hoka Hey, that guy said to me this morning when he signed up about his dead son, Hoka Hey, my friend, Hoka Hey. And I thought to myself, I just felt like crying. We've got guys from Czechoslovakia signed up, 5 from Beijing, China this week. 1 from the Philippines, 5 from Australia, 2 from New Zealand, Hawaii, Mexico, women, everybody. It makes a call. And you ride motorcycles, I'm sure of that.
That's right.
Then you know what I'm saying when I say this. If you have ever been on that Harley-Davidson, and that's all it's allowed in this race, it's Harley-Davidsons only. If you've ever been on that Harley and run across the prairie in the middle of the afternoon, close to evening when that sun starts to go down, they call it Wawaiwachi, the sun dancers, but Wawaiwa is the name for that sun in the Lakota language. When that sun goes down and that motor and that Shante Machaina, the mother's heartbeat, the earth is in them, and you can feel it beat through that engine, and it's hitting on your heart, and it's all one sound, and you're in tune with everything that places you on earth, and you can swear at that time, and you actually look over to look for 10,000 horse hooves pounding into battle one more time. And that's what this is for people who hear that call.
Well, what's the requirements and how do people get signed up? Do you have a website or is there a phone number that people get in touch with you?
It's HokaHeyChallenge.com, or you can call 605-890-0360 in South Dakota, or 605-745-6527 But whatever you do, don't get in the phone book and get my grandpa's phone number, because he doesn't speak English.
Well, we'll make sure not to call Granddad on that one.
If you start looking for red clouds, I mean, do not pick up Oliver's phone.
We'll make sure not to call Granddad. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll stream that down at the bottom of the screen so everybody can get the proper website and phone number, so you know how to get in touch with Red Cloud here and find out the information on the ride. Now, the requirements: you've got to be on a Harley. I've got an 08 Ultra. I'm ready to ride and pay my entry fee, and that's to get down to Key West. Then what?
Well, before all that, you have to fill out an application.
Okay.
And give a bio of yourself. And in that bio is like some of the people that signed up this week. One of them was a double lung transplant. He starts telling us his story. He said, I'm going to put this on paper, but I'm going to tell you who I am. A double lung transplant from the first Iraqi war that breathed that gas in.
Yes.
Excuse me, young man. Both lungs, signed up this week. And I said, why in the world would you even try this? He goes, because I don't have a choice. I don't know what you know about double lung people. Well, we've got two. I mean, the people, like 2 paralyzed veterans from the Paralyzed Veterans of America, they've signed up, and they're froze from the lungs down. So the requirement is that application comes into a board of veterans I picked from all over the country. They review that, and then they'll call you. They have a meeting twice a week, and those applications, and we read those stories, and then we pick basically who Tukashla Wakan has sent us, God. He calls a certain people here. That's the word. Tukashla is the word for God. I guess you guys use God. We use Tukashla.
That's fine.
That's how. If you have that thing in you, and you're a Marine. That's
right.
You're more than ready for this.
I'm ready.
But you think about a guy signed up from Alaska yesterday. Was the first man. He's like 90 years old or so. The first run of Hollister, he was on. He's on TV, and they have film of this guy riding his Harley into Hollister for the first time. He signed up yesterday.
Outstanding.
Only certain kinds. So that's
so a select group. You've got a committee that reviews all the applications.
Yep.
They pay their entrance fee. If they're accepted, then they go down to Key West. At Key West now, we're ready to go. We're going to take off in the morning, and we're headed to Homer, Alaska. But you've got stop points, checkpoints, all along the way.
Right.
And the whole route is not lined out until you get to the checkpoints. Right. Is that correct?
No one knows the route but 2 people, and I'm not one of them.
Oh, well, darn, that messed my I was going to get a scoop here, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you, we're going to have an inside story here, and Red Cloud's going to give us that. But
I was going to do some Mazaska for Grandpa. If you pay me, I'll tell you. Give it to old man.
Okay.
No, but in Key West, there's a big party. Halfway point, I'll tell you, is Deadwood, South Dakota.
Outstanding.
Another big party, and the other big party's in Homer, Alaska. They just sealed that deal this week. Everybody up there is so excited. It's just unbelievable. But during that run, there are 7 checkpoints. You have to go on our route. When you get gas, we've already been to those gas stations. They will sign off on your gas receipt when you produce an ID so that you were on that motorcycle. Some of these guys over here in these big hotels have contacted us through a guy in Texas, want to put chips on us so that they can place odds against who's going to actually win this thing. Bruce Rossmeyer, Destination Daytona, that's another guy that's been in this thing that's setting up this big deal down in Florida. So you show up down there, and then because my father died, Verdell, a Red Cloud, passed away on December 17th. He was going to fire off the 45 Long Colt Henry, give us the prayer, Lakota prayer, and send the warriors into battle one more time. My grandpa's now going to come do it.
Outstanding.
And what happens is, if any of you people get up, I don't know if you get up early in the morning or not, probably still do being a Marine.
That's right.
There's a star in the eastern sky. It's called the Morning Star. And when we do ceremonies and stuff, the releasing of souls, when people die, at the end of that 4th day, that star and that sun touch. Like that, at the moment that star, that morning star takes the sun, that gun will go off.
And we take off.
And we're gone.
And then we're going to be on the road for 14 days. You only got 14 days. Yeah. Can't stay at the Holiday Inn.
Nope, got to sleep off that bike. That's a horse. My grandpa, them guys say, Shunkamila Wakayalo. You know, it's a holy metal horse. It's either gas or grass. You're still riding stuff, he says.
Okay. So you got to sleep on the ground. You got to make the run. You got to do it in 14 days. You got to make all the checkpoints. Any other requirements? Are you going to have like a drug test or something for people taking speed to stay up during this time?
Yeah, at the end, whoever wins has to take agree to, in the application you'll see it says you have to agree to a hair follicle test and a polygraph, that you rode that bike all the way, and that's only that last guy matters.
Outstanding.
And that's one of the questions. People say, well, what if there's a bunch of tweakers on that road? Of the hundreds of riders that we have, I've never met better men, more honorable people in my life, just in visiting with them on the phone and reading their stories. The Black Hawk Down pilot from that Somalia deal, both legs, he signed up. He's racing. That dude's in there. Chuck Turner from SEAL Team 1 of Vietnam, one of my closest friends forever. One of the like third highest decorated SEAL in Vietnam. He's in.
Outstanding.
Him and I just made a part of the run here into, and I'll tell you guys this, if you don't like bears, you might want to stay home. Because we were just in British Columbia on part of this route. As soon as we got across 50 clicks into that river, bears come in on us. So, and you got to sleep outside, so figure that one, huh?
Okay, well, we can carry some additional equipment with us then to help ward off the bears. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today here at Two Wheel Thunder TV. We appreciate you. We're going to keep you posted on all the events and how to get in touch with Red Cloud and his crew, and we'll scroll all that information right down at the bottom of the screen for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
brother. Appreciate it.
See you in Key West. Okay.